Hallo and welcome back to Keerpunt I have some conspiracy theories for Belgium, and it's all about concerning drugs and our government in Belgium. Now we have a huge problem in Belgium concerning drugs. Cocaine, heroin, smack, all sorts of drugs. So, I've got a theory about that. One of the problems that we are facing is that politicians are too scared to do something about drugs, because they fear the drug dealers and they fear the mafia behind all the drug trades. Because it's pretty simple. They are so violent that many mayors, for example, in Belgium, are pretty much afraid, literally pissing their pants, to do something about anything to do with drugs. And my suspicion started way back when COVID was still a thing. Because while COVID was happening in Belgium and in many parts of the world, everything was closed down. So also all the ports were closed down. Air travel was reduced to an absolute minimum, and so on. So, how did drugs get into the country? And the reason why I question this is, you would say that if everything is closed down and from one moment to the next nobody anywhere could enter the country with any kind of drugs, that would mean that a lot of people, especially drug addicts with cocaine addiction, heroin addiction, you know, the ones that shoot up drugs, the really heavy cases, well, they would go to the hospital. They would have to go to the hospital because the withdrawal of such drugs would be enormous, and they would have to have had some kind of medical treatment. But the weird thing is that it never happened. We didn't see an increase in drug addicts in the Belgian hospitals. We didn't see any kind of increase of any sort of drug addicts needing help because they couldn't get to any drugs. So somewhere, somehow, drugs had to be getting into the country, period. It had to be that simple, because otherwise you would have a lot of drug addicts having withdrawal problems from kicking off their drugs. But we didn't see that in Belgium at all. So somehow, somewhere, there had to be a deal between the drugs mafia and the government to keep supplying the drugs. Drugs like heroin, fentanyl, any kind of drug that they needed. And that got me thinking now a few years later, because now we have these, especially in cities like Antwerp, we see these bombings. You can call them terror attacks, in effect, from a lot of people that are drug related, because there are small wars being fought between different clans that supply and distribute drugs in Belgium. And it's getting to a point that a lot of innocent civilians are getting hurt. Businesses and whole areas in Belgium are now getting hurt because of this. So while this is happening, apparently our government isn't capable, apparently, of doing anything. So then I think a year ago, something like that, you had the mayor of Antwerp. He came out in an interview, and I think he misspoke himself at some point. At some point he admitted that he was afraid of the drug mafia, of the drug cartels. Because he literally said that, you know what, if they take certain measures, that there is a good chance that they would send somebody from, for example, South America or anywhere, some kind of hitman that would come down from South America, and he would come down and he would probably kill the mayor, for example, and within a day he could return to South America. It would be that simple for them. But the funny thing was, or the weird thing was, that he admitted it. He admitted that he was afraid that this might happen to him and his family. So that's like giving a kickoff to the drug cartels, because now they know he's afraid. Now they know that if they want, they can pressure a mayor into working with them on letting drugs enter the country. So I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory of mine. I'm just wondering if it would be a possibility in the first place, and I wouldn't be surprised that it would be the case. I wouldn't be surprised at all, because people tend to get scared in these situations, especially for not only themselves but also their family. So I'm just wondering that with this little rant of mine, are there other people out there thinking the same thing as I'm thinking? That maybe, not just Belgium, but maybe other countries as well, they have a similar problem in which that politicians are afraid of the drug cartels, and that's exactly the reason why there isn't a solution to cut drugs off. Because we have modern technology today. If we want to, we can check each and every container and trailer that comes into the country. We have the technology to check every bag. We have the automation to do it, the tools, pretty much anything we have prepared to do so. Yet for one or another reason, we don't. I don't know why, but we don't. So what could be the reason behind that? Why is it that we still see these massive amounts of drugs coming into the country, any country? Could it be happening in the same way in the US or the UK, Spain, Italy, any kind of country? Because they all have politicians, and they all have also politicians that are linked or have responsibility to take regarding drugs. So it wouldn't surprise me if this was the case. It wouldn't surprise me if government was working together or working on at the same level as the drug cartels. Because it simply doesn't make sense to me that we still have these amounts of drugs coming into countries. And like I said, what gave it away to me was the fact that during the COVID pandemic, whole countries were closed down. Even the drug cartel countries, Brazil, South America in general, had to close down. Yet we didn't see a massive amount of people coming to hospitals who were having large problems with drug abuse. We didn't have anything of that. No, they were all well supplied. Each and every one of them. So let me know what you guys are thinking of this little conspiracy of mine. And you can check out my website of Keerpunt Vlaanders. And also follow me on this channel. And I hope you enjoyed the view of the Belgian roads and the Belgian cars and all the Belgian traffic that I showed you around. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.